Here's why I feel as though some of the criticism aimed toward the Underwater Menace is not warranted. I've gone into this in the previous uploads about the Underwater Menace. I'm going to really narrow it down and get deep into the fundamentals of what these criticisms are based around here. There's this assumption that genre fiction, kind of pulpy, imaginative, sort of fantastical fiction, is inherently worse than character drama or just things which are said to be allegedly, even if they're just superficially, socially relevant or whatever. You know, we want to clap at things we agree with in a text, or we want to see things that follow the rules as these boring, pretentious people taught us were the rules. Listen, it's all well and good for literature to go on about a character's interior monologue and how these emotional narratives can provide analogues for the experiences in our own lives, for instance, or for, say, a poem to do so, painting, a song. However, in a visual medium such as television or film, one wonders, are attempts to adapt a novel ever going to be as good as the novel? No, probably not. Unless we make them uniquely, distinctly filmic, and we organize, arrange, edit, direct the film in a way so that it is, say, firstly, unstageable, so that level of drama is kind of rendered perhaps even superior in the theatrical form on stage rather than on film. And then we have the literature, which is always this assumption that literature couldn't convey, say, the genius of Citizen Kane's filmic articulation, the communicative prowess there. And then we have something such as the Underwater Menace, genre fiction in general, which in the realm of literature, yes, it's understandable one might prefer to read F. Scott Fitzgerald to Edgar Rice Burroughs. However, would you rather watch a really dull sort of, adaptation, like, say, take the silent era, for example. I mean, this is a bit obvious, but in the silent era, you would have rather watched this Douglas Fairbanks swashbuckler than a really stale adaptation of a stage play. From this point on in cinema, do we really prefer drama and narrative-oriented affairs about characters to these amazing, fantastical realizations of imagination? How is it not inherently superior that it's doing something unique? It's simply more impressive to stage genre fiction than it is to stage drama. And frankly, no, film drama is just for people who are too lazy to sit down with a novel, for the very most part. Film drama. Television drama, absolutely. Here's the thing, I don't understand the bias against genre fiction. Okay, you know what, I understand it in films to some degree. Genre fiction at its worst is like the sloppiest, most ineffective. Obviously they're trying to pull off some visual illusion of a monster, and the film is reliant on the monster's appearance, and the whole film falls apart because the monster it looks like Ed Wood or something, the Ed Wood film or something. And then you have, but when genre fiction is expertly realized, when it's seamless, in Star Wars, Planet of the Apes, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Blade Runner, these are considered possibly the greatest films ever made. In the realm of animation, do we really want to see like a somber, dull drama, or do we want to see something filmic, something fantastical in genre? Reliant, such as Akira or Ghost in the Shell. You can make a filmic drama, such as, say, Whisper of the Heart, but it's visual. It's reliant on things which a novel wouldn't be able to truly realize via prose or theatre, the stage for that matter. I simply don't understand. Like, I've heard this bias that goes, it's less sophisticated. I feel as though it's because as a child you enjoy genre fiction more than drama, because obviously. Now, I would never take anything away from drama in literature. I as I said before, I think it comes from a place of, people who mainly read novels. Yeah, naturally, a novel about a monster is not going to be as good as the novel, unless it's like Moby Dick or something, but that's a bit different. It's not really, there's a few monsters in that. It's all metaphor. It's metaphors, you understand. Sorry. A novel about a monster is not going to be as good as a novel about, a divorce from the perspective of the grandparent or something. Like, you know, like, it's just some interesting thing like that, where it's like, oh, wow, like, this is a perspective of a character, and I wouldn't get this otherwise. You could... It's very easy to make a hackneyed film realization of a drama, wherein you follow rules and formulas of narrative filmmaking in order to realize something that everyone's seen before and is wholly predictable. Maybe some people want that. I want something which draws attention to the medium itself more so, because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing with the literature as well. The medium is the message, if I didn't have to stress that enough. You see, in literature, we're interested in how the prose evokes a state of mind. We're not interested, otherwise we just read the plot synopsis on Wikipedia. We're interested in the medium of the novel itself. And if I'm interested in the visual medium of television and or film, I want them to do things that are unique to the medium. Things which, in genre fiction, you can write about monsters all day. It's almost not impressive, as opposed to really narrowing down the human experience. In film, that's it. You employ the medium enough, it's certainly easy to do. So trying to mimic a novel is pointless, I feel, or at least ineffective by comparison, certainly. Genre fiction was made for the screen. The BBC didn't have a huge budget to pull up genre fiction, to be fair, so if you want to laugh at the Underwater Menace for being ineffective genre fiction, but you insist that you don't mind or like genre fiction, that I'm going to have to say, I understand. I think it's awesome. I think the fish people are the coolest thing ever. I don't care. Thanks again, my friends. Let's try not to get blocked now.